Welcome back to ARC PDX. From dinosaur swaps to tiny trinket exchanges to wishing trees, you've no doubt seen some of these unique installations scattered around Portland. Well, the artist who mapped out all of these bright spots of whimsy has now expanded her project across the globe. In today's ARC Rewind, we look back on my conversation with Rachael Harms Mahlandt about her Worldwide Sidewalk Joy Project. I've got Rachael here, and first, Rachael, let's just talk about why you started the Sidewalk Joy Project to begin with.
Yeah. I was exploring Portland with my kids, trying to check out new neighborhoods, and I kept coming across these really amazing installations around town. Like there is a rubber duck exchange in town called Sidewalk Ducks, Morrison Street Mini Gallery, which just has local artists, like pint-sized versions of their work, displaying, like changing out monthly, a little free car library and toy exchange, those kind of things. Just like I would stop every time and just be absolutely amazed that somebody took the time to create this just for the enjoyment of someone walking by. I wanted to create our own little slice of that joy and whimsy, so we first made the dinosaur diorama, which we called the Dinorama, and then it later expanded to Dino Exchange. And I would just, like, every time someone would walk by and be delighted, it would fill my heart, but I'd also run out and be like, do you know about, there's this other diorama, do you know about this other place where you can swap toys or seeds, you know? And people were just so excited about it. So I started sharing on my Instagram about these other places around town. Having a spot of my own made me feel like less crazy, like asking them for interviews to talk about like why they had made an installation. And then someone suggested a map of all these spots, which was genius. So I teamed up with another local artist, Grant Brady of PDX Flag, and we made the PDX Sidewalk Joy Map.
Cool.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, this is what, like 3 years later, you've expanded worldwide.
Yeah, I just kept hearing from people. They were like, I'm in New Mexico, or I'm in Canada, or I'm in New Zealand, and I saw what you guys are doing there, so I actually made my own, you know, trinket exchange or craft stop or something like that. And I just was like so stoked that this was starting to spread worldwide. Or people would say, there's something like this near me, you know? So I thought it'd be really fun to kind of unite us in the same way. It did a lot for the movement here to kind of bring us together on the map and get to know each other and help promote each other's installations. So I thought, what if we did that on the worldwide scale? So that's why we have the Worldwide Sidewalk Joy Map now.
Looking at that map, I was so impressed. Like and like you said, Australia, New Zealand, like really far away. And there's so many. Like, do you know how many you have right now?
We have a little over 230 right now, but I get like 2 or 3 submissions a day right now. So I'm like, I try to add them every few days, like add a bunch of them, and it's just been really exciting. So I feel like we're probably going to hit 300 by the end of the month.
Very cool.
And there's some more folks in Portland I'm adding to the map too.
Okay, so let's say someone's like, hey, I have one of these, I've seen one of these, or I want to start one. How can they get involved? What should they do? Yeah,
so on my website I have a blog, and I just use that for sharing like everything I've learned, you know, like how to weatherize a spot, like how to get a spot started, how to get your community all jazzed about starting a spot, because you can absolutely create an installation like this, and I have tips even if you don't feel like you're a builder. There's totally ways to like repurpose an already existing structure or something like that to make one. But it's really fun to kind of do it with friends too. So I have tips on all of that on my website, and I'm always happy to chat if anyone wants to send me a message, email, or Instagram, or anything else.
There are so many cool ideas that people have come up with. Like, what are some of the most unique or surprising ones even that you've seen?
Well, one of an early one here in Portland, like even before I made the map or anything, before I made my spot, there is a mini golf course, a 6-hole mini golf course in someone's front yard, which is so incredible and so wild. In Philadelphia, they have the Shrek box. It's like a shrine and exchange of all things Shrek, which just cracks me up. In Seattle, they have the Little Free Peep Show, and they basically reenact a famous scene from a movie or book, only with Peeps, you know, Peeps candies.
Gosh, the candy, yep.
Oh, it's just like the creativity of folks is unbelievable. I love seeing it. Every time I get a new submission, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love this idea. I love what you've done.
And you kind of recently made like a mug exchange in your yard, right?
Yeah. So the Dino Exchange was definitely more influenced by my kids, and so we'd get home from somewhere and they're like, oh, new dino, I want it. And I was like, gotta trade first, you know. And then I was like, what would I be so excited that it would, like, I'd come home and be like, ooh, a new, and I was like, mugs. I love mugs. I can't have enough mugs, and I also have too many mugs. So I made my first mug exchange, and I ended up doing it as a giveaway to gift to the community. But I loved having it so much and seeing the mugs that came through that I made my own. And then since I'd made 2, people are like, can you make more? So I've made over 35 now, and I'm hoping to get to 50 by the end of the summer.
And I love this too, like as the weather's going to start to get nicer and warmer, it seems like a great idea if you're just looking for something free to do.
Oh my gosh, yes.
With your kids or even like a first date. I don't know, that'd be a really fun little conversation walk.
I love seeing people on dates coming out to the spots. I see tons of kids and families, but I see equally as many just adults. You know, they're bringing their parents in town who are visiting, or they're graduating this weekend and they brought their whole family, or they're on date and they're going around to these spots. I just think like how fun. There's a spot for everyone. If you're like plants and seeds, there's little free greenhouses or seed swaps. If you're into, you know, kids and toys, you can go to the toy swaps around town. There's a little something for everyone. Robot Alley is just next level.
That's right next to where I used to live. I used to visit it all the time. Robot Alley is
that's a crowd pleaser.
Spot.
Yeah.
And that's on the map?
Absolutely. Yes.
Love it. Cool. This is a great way to explore new neighborhoods in Portland, new things, meet new friends, and around the world as well. Very cool, Rachel.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you so much for having us on.
Of course.
Having me on.
It's a community.
Yeah. That's what I like to think.
And we create a lot of valuable content here on ArcPDX. If you'd like to see it again or share it with your friends, point your phone's camera at the QR code on your screen. That will take you right to the ArcPDX YouTube page.